I am 10 days postpartum for an unplanned C-section. I was really focusing on just getting some pelvic floor activation in. Nothing hard. Obviously, talk to your doctor. They don't recommend, quote unquote, working out at all for 6 to 8 weeks. So please see your physician. So I'm really just getting in touch with my pelvic floor, trying to use those muscles that I haven't used in a long time. You're going to stack your shoulders over your wrists, nice neutral spine, knees underneath your hips, and then imagine that you're sucking in this is a little gross, but you're going to suck a Skittle, a walnut, a blueberry, up into your birth canal. That's the idea, right? So it's a Kegel, and then you're engaging your TVA, your transverse abdominis, and bringing your belly button to your spine. So then we're going to do the same thing lying down on our side. We're going to hit both sides. Try and relax, prop your head up on your arm. Breathe in nice and deep, sucking up that blueberry or walnut through your vagina, and then bringing your belly button back to touch your spine. Now, this is different than sucking in. We don't want to suck in. We want to use our muscles to contract in and bring our stomach with us. Do a nice deep inhale through your nose, and then on the exhale is when we're going to work, right? So it's through your nose and breathing out through your mouth and sucking everything in. Go ahead and roll on over to the other side, and we're doing the exact same thing. Really lie in a comfortable position. Really focus on your vagina, what your anus is doing, right? A nice, slow, soft hug to your innards. You just went through a lot. Birthing a baby is not easy. So be gentle with yourself. So we're doing the same activation here. We're working on pelvic tilts. As you can see, my body is really not moving that much. So you're going to go for the core engagement, suck everything up, and then your hips are going to tilt slightly underneath you. Just be aware of not pushing through the heels and having your legs do the work. You really want this to be about a core activation, right? Really using our pelvic girdle, arms up or to the side, whatever's more comfortable. Over your head is going to be a bit more challenging because you're bringing, limbs further away from your body, so you have to stabilize a little bit harder. So whatever feels gentle and kind to yourself, do that. So this one I play with a little bit of a leg extension. Definitely if you're feeling pulling or if anything feels funny, please don't do it. Trust your body, or maybe trust your doctor over your body, because you are getting deeper into your core muscles by extending your leg away from your body. So very slow. Again, you're sucking up a raisin or a blueberry or a walnut through your vagina and your anus, tightening down, pulling your ribs down and away from your shoulders, getting that belly button to activate and go towards your spine without sucking in, right? You really want to use your abs to control this movement in a nice, soft, gentle way. Again, everything's done on the breath, right? So you take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and then very slowly and with control, you're exhaling on the working movement, right? Exhaling, tightening everything down, sliding that foot out, and then gently sliding it back in. All right, so we're going to use the same breathing pattern and activation to engage our core, and the work with the legs splaying out to the side is going to happen on the exhale. Again, if you had a C-section, this can feel uncomfortable, so please be careful. If anything feels pulling, burning, pinching, weird in any way, modify your movement or don't do it at all. So again, breathe in nice and deep through the nose. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly and controlled bring one leg out. It doesn't have to hit the ground. Just a tiny bit of movement is great too. You really want to be cognizant that your lower back isn't pulling off the ground. So we're going to maintain that pelvic tilt as the leg comes out to the side. So really check in with yourself and make sure that you have the control to keep your hips tucked underneath you, which results in your lower back being firm on the floor. Everything in this movement is soft and gentle. It's not a race. We don't want to go fast through this movement. We want to have it be slow and controlled with that leg coming out the entire time. Because I push getting better faster, I'm doing both legs out at the same time. Again, it depends on where you're out, right? So you don't want to, if you have diastasis recti, you don't want to make it worse. You can make it worse by putting too much pressure on your linea alba early. So don't try it if it's too much. Obviously, it's too much for me, so I back off. Moving into a single leg lift. Again, watch my booty as it rocks down to engage, and then I extend. So my lower back is pressed into the floor, and I'm making sure I maintain good abdominal pressure as I lift my leg. If you can't maintain that pressure, modify the exercise or don't do it at all. A modification would be maybe you just pull your toes up off the ground. Maybe you aren't fully extending. As you can see me do it, I'm not going all the way to the floor. I'm really making sure that my hips are tilted underneath me. My transverse abdominis is engaged. My lower back's into the floor. I'm pulling my rib cage down away from my ears, and I'm engaging that core, right? I don't want to make my diastasis recti any worse. Again, the work is happening on the exhale, so you're going to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you're going to engage your core, extend your legs. Same thing here. We're just going to lift our arms into the air, nice, slow, and controlled. You can even go slower than what I'm doing. The slower, the better in this case. So same exact movement here with everything core related. I'm just adding in a leg lift. My shoulders stacked over my elbow. I'm breathing in, and then I'm moving on the exhale. Again, this is a bit excessive, so please, please, please do not try this if something feels weird at all. So we're going to flip onto the other side, stack your shoulder over your elbow. Hips are going to be pushed forward, and then slow and controlled, we're going to lift that leg. Again, if this is too much at all, please, please, please don't do it. I was a little bit eager to to start moving after having the complications I did. So this is what I was doing. So we're going to end in the same position that we started with. Different angles so you can see a little better. A nice few deep breaths of core engagement should feel pretty good.